Dave, Zach, and a few other guys just said that, LA executed their game plan early and you guys didn't really respond until it was too late again. You agree with that?
This has been coming for a while here. We've been masking it with some special team stuff, but we haven't played well. We haven't had enough guys play well for a while. So it's one of those games that it was a 2-1 score, but we weren't good enough in it, and then gave up some power play goals at the end.
Is that a good wake-up call? Can it be a positive that sometimes, as you mentioned, you're masking when you're winning, that guys don't?
Well, there's some adversity that you got to go through. I don't mind some adversity, as long as you react the right way to it. But we've got some players that we've got too many guys that aren't contributing enough to help us here, And like I say, when your special teams are good or your goaltender could steal your game, those things get masked. But we need some more throughout our lineup.
Hi, Dave. Okay. What was your take on the Mcdavid major at the end of the game and how you guys responded?
I haven't looked at it close enough yet. The guy turns out to him. I don't know if Connor just nicked him, but he goes down. Looks like he's hurt, but he's on the first power play. I don't know. I'll look at it again. I didn't see an injury on it, but they said there was an injury.
3 goals in a couple of minutes on the PK had been pretty good up until that point. Was it kind of just an emotional sag maybe that they got the jump on you? Or?
No, we're talking about trying to. You got 6 minutes to go and you got a 5-minute penalty. You got to try to recognize if you can get a chance or two to get going the other way. Now that being said, you'd like to get it killed too. So when they got the first one, you got to chase a little more, and it just snowballs.
So help us understand, the record's really good, but the way the team's been playing hasn't been really good. Is it time for?
We played good at times, but other times not so good. There's different parts of our game that are good that you do well enough, do some things well enough to win, and you can find ways to win. But sometimes like this, when you're we looked out of sync right from the get-go. I was worried yesterday in practice, coming back, not a lot of juice in practice. I was worried yesterday, and my thoughts came true today.
So when you lose a game like this, Dave, is it, when you lose because your depth guys, you don't have enough guys?
No, it's not. This was everybody tonight. It's not depth guys. It's everybody tonight. We didn't play well enough as a group tonight.
And does it concern you from a big picture standpoint? The issue with this team is, when the chips are down, you only had a couple guys contributing. Does this worry you on a big stage?
No, I think some adversity is good for us right now. It's a recognition that we have to get better as a whole group, not singling anybody out. As a whole group, we're going to have to get better. The thing about it is we knew we had to get better. We know we're going to have to get better to where we are. We've had a good start. We've done some good things, but we got to get way better if we're going to be a real top competitive team. And you're going to go through some ups and downs. These downs show you how much you got to get better.
One of the players who had lots of competitive fire tonight looked to be Darnell Nurse, out the last 2 weeks. How did you see his game?
Yeah, it's good to get back. Obviously, he's been raring to go for a week, so he skated hard. He's well rested. He looked like it. It's good. I mean, he takes a lot of minutes when we got the injuries we do on the left side there. There's a lot of minutes that they've got to get eaten up there, and it's good to have him back.
And Nima Lanen's minutes just keep going up. How did you see his game tonight? Lots of hitting.
He's a hard player. The thing about him, we like his physical play. His attitude to get involved in the game. The area of his game that has to continue to improve is his puck play. Making a first pass out, just making the right decisions. But he's an interesting player. He's a hard player to play against, and there's some areas of his game that we like, but there's still he's a young player. We're early in his NHL career.
Thank you.
Dave, given that you guys are 16-7 and doing quite well in terms of the standings, is it almost a blessing in disguise that this little blip has come at the start of December where you have some time to kind of work out some kinks here?
Well, it's never a blessing in disguise when you lose, but they're saying we don't talk any different about this game as what we did 5 games ago, and we didn't play well, but we won. So when you get schwacked like this a little bit, that puts a little more recognition on it. But we're trying to muck through here with some pretty serious injuries, and we recognize we can play way better. It doesn't matter about the injuries. There's parts of our game that aren't good enough right now. There's some puck battle stuff, some wall battle stuff, some execution with the puck, things that allow you to play a lot faster and a lot harder, and we're not doing enough of that right now. Like, you watch our puck play is slow, or we lose too many battles and end up chasing pucks, and that just didn't happen tonight. That's been going on for a little time now.
The whole chasing the game aspect and giving up the goal is, is it starting to kind of come to a head now where a lot of times this year you've been able to battle back and it's kind of catching up a little bit?
Yeah, it catches up. You want to have a good start to the game. Talked about it before we went on the ice. We wanted to have a good start to the game. We went first shift, we give up a grade A chance, and we end up losing a puck battle along the boards, and it's back of the net. So those are things that we talk about all the time, but you got to get out there and do them.
So, Dave, when you talk about those puck battles, and you played, is that just a mental thing? Is it just an effort thing? What is it that's lacking?
It's an execution. It's an execution. You got to be able to make plays under pressure, and it's sometimes there's a guy in your back. You got to make that play. It's not just all easy plays flowing around. You got to stop and go, and you got to use your body to protect the puck and make a good play, and not a play that. Good plays aren't just the ones that send people for breakaways. They're the play that 10 feet in your own end to get you out of trouble, or a wall play that comes around the wall, you make the execution. The D's pinching on you, and you make a good play and get it to the guy to get it out. Those are the things that we're lacking right now. First play below our goal line, wall play, turnovers, those are the things that leave us chasing the game. And those are all areas we'll have to improve.
And you mentioned that right before the game, you're like, hey, guys, let's have a good start, and then you kind of do the opposite. So how frustrating is that? How can you get out of that funk of having a slow start that you've seemed to be in way more this?
You can execute better. You can execute better. Like the level of execution, and again, I go back to the speed of our execution isn't very good right now. Some of that is personnel. Some of that is just getting the job done, and that's where we have to improve.